St. James Academy traditionally in their 3-4. Louisburg will come out, and it'll be a wishbone formation here for Nate Goodwin and the Wildcats. It's going to be a handoff. That is not Griffin. This time it's going to be Luke Hupp. He's going to get the first and going for more after breaking 2 to 3 tackles. A good pickup of 15 yards. First down again for the Wildcats. Louisburg already running all over the Thunder of St. James Academy. 9:07 left to go here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Thank you for joining us here on 810varsity.com. I'm Pat Strothman. Thank you for tuning in. Louisburg in wishbone formation again. Goodwin under center. Goodwin's going to fake the handoff off the middle. Now it's going to be delayed handoff to Griffin. Griffin's going to be stopped after a 1-yard pickup. Good defense by St. James Academy. Good tackle by Ben Lecluse, 196-pound senior. He comes in there for a tackle. The left linebacker for St. James Academy. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats of Louisburg here on the road against St. James Academy. Griffin's going to be in the Wildcat formation yet again with 2 running backs, more like fullbacks, to the right of him, and a tight end to the right. He's going to fake to the right. He's going to go left. He breaks off one, still on his feet. He's got more room, and he's going to be stopped just shy of that first down marker. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats of Louisburg, but they are in St. James Academy territory. 8 minutes and counting here in the first. 0-0, but Louisburg moving the ball fairly quick on St. James Academy. But if there's any time for a defense to step up, St. James Academy can do that right here. We'll see if they do so. And here's another Wildcat formation for Griffin. Why not? They've been running it all throughout this first possession. Griffin, low snap. He bobbles it, but he picks it up. Going to the right now. And finally, some flags coming out. It's going to be a first down for Griffin, but it's going to come back. A clear holding on the end. St. James Academy on the sideline wanting a hold, and the referee goes ahead and throws out his flag, so it's going to be a hold on Louisburg. So what was a 3rd and short, ball on the 29-yard line. It's going to be pushed back 10 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 11 it's going to be even farther than that. It's going to be a 15-yarder, so make that 3rd and about 14 for Louisburg. We'll see if they stay in that Wildcat formation. Still no passes have been thrown by Louisburg, but we'll see what their air attack is right here, or they'll stay with the running game. And it's going to be Luke Hupp back there with Garrett Griffin. 2 wide receivers to the left. Griffin's going to drop back to throw. No, it's going to be a draw. Going to the right. Good blocking. Shakes off one and falls forward. Ball on the 32-yard line of St. James Academy. Well shy of that first down marker. This is about 4-down territory for the Wildcats of Louisburg. We'll see if they go for it. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 to score here at Dixon-Dahl Stadium, home of Bishop Miege High School. Louisburg currently with the ball, 4th and 5. We'll see what they do with it here. Garrett Griffin has been looking very sensational so far, and Wildcats are going to sprint up to the line like they're going to hike the ball real quick, but it's going to be a timeout by the Wildcats. There is some confusion going on. I imagine what head coach Gary Griffin was trying to accomplish there was to rush to the line and maybe get St. James Academy to jump off sides, and that would have been close to first down. Definitely would have been a first down automatically. Probably would have been about inches shy of getting that first down, but good strategy for the Wildcats, but to no avail. 6:22 here at Bishop Miege High School. 0-0 is the score. Ball is placed at the 33-yard line in St. James Academy territory. Garrett Griffin has looked sensational so far in this drive. Luke Hupp has provided a couple carries as well. But we'll see what Garrett Griffin and the Wildcats of Louisburg will do here. And shotgun yet again. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Griffin, he sends a man in motion. Gets the ball, drops back, looking to pass. He has a man open, and it is caught. First down at the 20, and finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Good, solid catch by Will Garza. Will Garza has 5 receptions for 47 yards on this season, and chalk up another 10-yard reception. First down for the Wildcats, and they are getting closer to that end zone. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 the score. Louisburg with the ball still. Now they're going under center again. Goodwin. That's going to be I formation. Drops back. It's going to be trapped straight up the middle. Hand off to Chapman. He's going to go for about 3 yards, but good solid play for the Wildcats. They've been going on the outside to Griffin all night, and they decided to switch it up and go straight up the middle. St. James Academy did a good job of plugging up that hole. But good 3-yard pickup by Nip Chapman. 2nd and 7. Ball placed at the 12-yard line. I formation again. Goodwin under center. Griffin right behind him. It's going to be a sweep to Griffin. Going to the left. Breaks off one. Runs into a defender. And it's going to be a loss of 3. Great job by Will Frank to break through the cornerback and pick up a solid tackle for the Thunder. So 3rd and 10. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Kind of like last game against Eudora for St. James Academy. Kind of slow and methodical. And here comes Goodwin under center yet again. I formation, dual tight ends. Griffin fakes the handoff. Now Goodwin dropping back. Has a man caught at the 8-yard line. That was Nick Chapman with the reception. He is well shy of the first down marker, so it'll be 4th and 3. Ball on the 8-yard line. 4:24 to go here in the first quarter. 0-0. Crowd trying to urge on St. James Academy. Defense has been out there for a while, so I imagine that they're getting very tired. But here comes Louisburg. Wishbone formation. Goodwin under center. Goodwin trying to get St. James Academy to jump off sides. Now it's a sweep to the left side. That is Luke Hupp. And it's going to be close to the first down marker. We'll see where the referees place it. And yes, it is a first down. Good job by Louisburg. Inside the 5-yard line now. Ball on the 3-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Wildcats. 3:53 and counting. 0-0 is the score. Wishbone formation yet again. Good one. Handoff. Griffin running off the right. And it is a touchdown for the Wildcats. Garrett Griffin capitalizing from 3 yards out. Good solid play there for the Wildcats, and that rushing attack looking very lethal so far in this ball game. The whole drive, Wildcats really mixed up the play call. Different formations. They went wishbone, Wildcat, shotgun. Here comes the PAT. It is up, and it is no good to the right. So good job by Garrett Griffin and the Wildcats to score. But that could be a huge crucial error in this ball game already. 3:41 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0. The visitors of Louisburg are winning currently against St. James Academy. But for the offensive production for the Wildcats have been very solid so far. Garrett Griffin doing a good job in shotgun, in wishbone, and I formation. The kid can be put in any formation and do very well. And head coach Gary Griffin doing a good job mixing up the play calls as well. Of course, they threw it twice on that drive. Both of them were completions. They don't throw the ball very much. Actually, the quarterback, Nate Goodwin, has only thrown for 12 times so far this season for 27 yards and 0 touchdowns. So very interesting to see them go with the passing a little bit. But here we go. Louisburg with a deep kick. And finally, it's going to be returned by Eckelman. Eckelman's going to cut it up the middle, going to the right side. Good, solid return there by Eckelman. Ball's going to be placed on the 36-yard line. So here comes St. James Academy and their offense. Jansen Keys was the main threat last week. On the season, he has 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But his rushing attack is even better, 118 yards off of 32 carries. The running back situation, they really split carries. Tanner Hennerleiter, 9 carries. And Jake Bay, the sophomore, gets 10 carries as well. Looks like it's going to be Wildcat for St. James Academy. It looks to be Eckelman in the backfield. He's going to go to the right, high snap. He's going to try to cut back to the left. And he's going to just dive forward, so close to getting back to the line of scrimmage, and he actually does, so it'll be a no gain. But 2nd and 10 with 3:16 left to go here in the first quarter. 6-0, St. James Academy with the ball, but they trail to Louisburg. Matt Eckelman, 6'4", 235-pound senior, very sensational player for the Thunder. Now here comes a pistol-like formation for Keys. Keys is going to hand it off. That's going to be to Hennerleiter. Excuse me, that's not Hennerleiter. He's another broken tackle going to the left. That is actually Nick Eisenberg. Nick Eisenberg's mainly a wide receiver for St. James Academy, but instead they put him in the backfield. And why not? First down easily for the Thunder inside the Wildcat territory, 49-yard line. 2:47 left to go in the first. 6-0. Louisburg Wildcats currently lead St. James Academy Thunder. But new set of chains. Let's see what happens here. Now they're going to spread the ball out for the Thunder. Keys with an empty backfield. Trips right. 2 wide receivers to his left. Keys drops back looking to throw. He shakes off one. Has a man going deep. And it is caught at the 23-yard line. Good solid catch there by, I believe that was Will Frank there. Either that or Ryan Hand. Either way, first down for St. James Academy. Ball on the 49-yard line. Now brought up to the 23-yard line. 6-0 here in the first quarter. 2:35 and counting. Thunder trail, but looking to score here on this possession. Keys in pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers to his left. Keys is going to hand it off straight up the middle. That's going to be Eisenberg again, but that time he's going to be stopped way behind the line. Good job on the tackle there. That was a Luke Hupp, the sophomore, busting through. Solid right outside linebacker for the Wildcats. So a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Ball on the 25-yard line. St. James Academy really trying to fool Louisburg right now. Going with shotgun, pistol, empty backfield. But right now it's going to be pistol yet again. Keys is going to take the snap. He drops back looking to throw. He's going to toss it up for Eckelman. Eckelman is going to try to go after him. Instead, he falls on his own feet. It looked like he was looking at the referee trying to get a pass interference call, but ball was thrown way too high, not catchable. So no penalty there. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. 6-0. St. James Academy currently trail against the Wildcats of Louisburg. 3rd and 13. Ball on the 25-yard line. Down by 6 is St. James. Keys in pistol. 1 tight end to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right and left. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking for a slant. He's going to toss it up to Ekman. Sure-handed he does and catches it to the 10 and rambles out to about the 7-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for St. James Academy. So it looks like offense is going to be the name of the game here. Time of possession is going to be very crucial as well. Whoever gets the most time of possession, they will actually probably end up winning this ball game. Would not surprise me if that was the case. Both teams kind of play a little bit slower than what most teams usually do. First and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. Keys in pistol. One slot wide receiver to his left, two to his right. And that's going to be a handoff to Jake Bade. He's going to continue to fight for it, but he's just going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage. Looks like he got himself a gain of 1. Not much, though. 1-10 and counting. 6-0. Louisburg Wildcats currently lead against St. James Academy. Keys is going to go ahead and go up, and it's going to be pistol formation. Trips right this time. Look for Eckelman here in the red zone. They like to do a fade route to him. We'll see what happens. Keys and pistol. Drops back. It's going to be a quick throw, and it's going to be incomplete. That was going to be to Eisenberg. A quick, flat route by Eisenberg, usually a wide receiver, but being used as a running back so far in this ball game. Just a bad pass there by Jansen Keys. So now it's going to be third and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. Down by 6 with 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Now referee's going to stop and talk things over for some strange reason. Not sure what the issue was there. But here is Keys and pistol. One receivers to his right and left. Two tight ends in the ball game. Look out for play action. He's going to drop back. Looking to his left. He's going to lob it up to Eckelman. Dives. And no good. So now here's an interesting situation. Fourth and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. And I think with no hesitation, I think we might see ourselves a field goal. Yes, it's going to be an attempted field goal here. It looks to be Will Frank out there. They did not attempt a field goal last week against Eudora. But let's see what happens here. Snap is good. Hold is good. It's going to be right down the middle, I believe. And St. James Academy ends up with points on the board. Not a touchdown, but nonetheless still points on the board. 6-3. 34 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Louisburg still leads against St. James Academy here at Bishop Miege High School. St. James Academy is, of course, the home team. It's kind of a cool night out here for football, but nonetheless, pretty much good football weather. No rain so far, though in the forecast, definitely around this area, looks like it could rain at any time. It's a little bit chilly, a little bit windy, but it looks like the wind has died down a little bit in this ball game. Both teams really don't like to throw, so it's not going to play a huge impact in this game. The St. James Academy, they end up with points on the board, 6-3, with 34 seconds left. Here to go. It's going to be Will Frank out there. He's going to kick it off. Excuse me, it's going to be Alex King, the backup quarterback. He's going to kick this one off deep. Deep for returning is Daniel O'Connor, as well as Luke Hupp. And it's going to be short. It's going to be returned at the 11-yard line. It's going to be a hand off to Hupp. Hupp is going to go to the right side. Good block. He breaks off one, and then brought it down at about the 24-yard line. Blocking was there for Hupp, but he could not break a huge return. I'm Pat Stroffin, joined alongside Stacy Smith, our camera girl of the night. Thank you for listening to 810varsity.com. More coverage will be happening all throughout the year of over 25 Kansas City Metro teams. So make sure you stay tuned for more coverage every single week week here on A10Varsity.com. It's going to be a good one in I formation yet again with Griffin behind him. Good one's going to hit straight up the middle, but what a good stop. That's Darren Feist in there. 6'2", 252-pound junior busting through. And it's going to be a loss of one, but flag is on the play. It's going to be a personal foul. And face mask call again against St. James Academy. That happened on the first possession. And on the third play of the game, it looks like it happened again here. First play of Louisburg's second possession. So first down and 10, ball on the 40-yard line. 3 yards for Louisburg. Louisburg has one penalty of 15 yards, but St. James Academy, they have 2 for a total of 30 yards, both face masks. A good one under center in I formation. Blitz going to come off the end. It's going to be a hand off to Griffin. Griffin's going to go off one. And then it's going to be a gain of 3 to 4 yards for Griffin. Second and 6 for Louisburg, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. 6-3 is the score, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Thank you for tuning in here at 810varsity.com. I am Pat Strothman. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back for second quarter action. 6-3 is the score. Louisburg currently leads St. James Academy. And Louisburg currently has the ball as well, still in their own territory. The ball on the 45-yard line. It's going to be an I formation. Dual tight ends. Sends a man in motion. Here's a good one. Handing off to Griffin. Griffin is going to be stopped behind the line yet again. Loss of 1. So the Wildcats will play with 3rd and 7. Ball's going to be on the 44-yard line. Only a couple throws by the Wildcats so far, and both of them were by Griffin. So we'll see what happens here if they decide to go in shotgun and spread it out. They are currently running I formation. And we'll see if they decide to spread it out in shotgun. They're going to rush to the line. Good one under center. They're going to stay in I formation. It's going to be a handoff to Griffin to the right side. He's going to stumble. He's going to be stopped at about the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th and 5. We'll see what the Wildcats do. It looks like they're going to come in and bring in the punt unit. So good stop by St. James Academy. And back to receive is Eckelman. Here's Louisburg. They will put the ball away, and that is Griffin. And a deep punt by Griffin. He's got a leg. Ball's going to be returned at the 8. Eckelman has blockers on the left side. He has room now to the 40. He's going to try to juke back, but Griffin's there to tackle him out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. But what a good return. First, it was a great punt by Griffin, first of all. He was about the 30-yard line and booed that thing to about the 10-yard line of St. James Academy. And then Eckelman decides to return it back to the 48-yard line. So a good, solid punt return by Eckelman. It was a great punt by Griffin, but even better return by Eckelman. So good job by the 6'4" senior. The man can do it all. He can do a little bit of wildcat. He can catch the ball. He's really a sensational player for the Thunder. Now they have the ball trailing by 3 with 10:28 left to go in the second. Keys is going to be and pistol formation yet again. That looks to be Eisenberg in the backfield with him. It's going to be a handoff to Eisenberg. He's going to go to the right. He has some room. And out to the 50. He has the edge to the 30. He tries to cut back, and he's still on his feet and brought down at the 20-yard line. So a good, solid pickup of 32 yards for Eisenberg. Very quick is Eisenberg. And a good, solid pickup for the Thunder of St. James Academy. 10-16 left to go in the second quarter. 6-3 the score. Louisburg currently leads St. James Academy, but St. James Academy, they have the ball, trying to score and capitalize on this possession. Keys in pistol formation yet again. Keys drops back, looking to throw. He's going to go to the left now, and it's going to be caught at about the left side there. That was a tackle by Jake Bade, the running back. It's going to be 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard pickup by Jake Bade. And we'll see what St. James Academy does here. They are inside the red zone. Last time they were here, they capitalized on a field goal. Let's see if they can get themselves a touchdown or just some points here, down by 3. Keys in pistol yet again. It's going to be a handoff to, I believe, Eisenberg. Off the right side, gets a good block by Eckelman. But even a better solid tackle by Daniel O'Connor there, the left cornerback for the Wildcats, coming up and making the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Excuse me, it's going to be first down. It looked to be just shy of the first down, but instead the referee says move the chain. So it's going to be 1st and goal, ball at the 10-yard line inside Louisburg territory. Keys in pistol, 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 tight end to his right. He's going to fake the handoff. He has room to the left. He's going to go straight up the middle. A good, solid tackle by Garrett Griffin, the middle linebacker. He came out of nowhere and put Keys on his back. That was a solid tackle by the kid. It's going to be a gain of 2, 2nd and 6. Excuse me, 2nd and goal, ball on the 6. 8:33 left to go here in the second quarter. 6-3 the score. Keys in pistol. 1 tight end to his right. Jake Bade in the backfield with him. He's going to roll to his right. Keys looking back to his left. Wide open man. And he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Andrew Kelly, the backup tight end. 220-pound senior. Good play by St. James Academy. Keys was rolling to his right, pretending like he was going to throw to Eckelman, who's really the bigger red zone threat. And Louisburg bit by everyone going over there. And Keys just lobs it over to the left side for a touchdown for Andrew Kelly. The hold is good as well as the snap, and it's going to be good. So taking the lead is St. James Academy, 10-7. Excuse me, 10-6. And St. James Academy currently leads after a 6-yard touchdown pass by Jansen Keys to Andrew Kelly here in the second quarter. That is Jansen Keys' 3rd touchdown on the season. He has 2 interceptions, but add another touchdown to Jansen Keys, solid junior quarterback for the Thunder of St. James Academy. So down by 4 is the Wildcats of Louisburg. Let's see if they stay in their traditional running type offense, or will they try to throw the ball a little bit more. I'm sure they can fool St. James Academy. It seems Garrett Griffin is very solid all around. The kid can punt, he can tackle, he can run the ball. He is an all-around athlete. But someone else for Louisburg needs to step up, and they need to do so here down by 4 with 8:17 left to go in the second quarter. And it's going to be a boot by Alex King, and it's going to be returned by O'Connell. O'Connell's not going to fake the handoff. This time's going to go straight off the right. He breaks off one. Shifting to the right at about the 32-yard line. Finally brought down by the Thunder. So here comes Louisburg Wildcats with the ball. Down by 4. 8-10 left to go in the second quarter. We'll see if they stay in that I formation. That's all they ran last possession. It looks to be I formation yet again with Goodwin under center. 2 tight ends in there. Goodwin's going to drop back, hands off to Griffin. Griffin bounces off one and somehow manages to get a 3 yards. Griffin, he was tackled up high. He bounces off the defender and just keeps those wheels turning. The guy is 6'4", but with a body like that, you have to aim low for St. James Academy. That time, what could have been a loss or a no gain turned out to be a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7. Louisburg with the ball. Garrett Griffin in shotgun. Their version of the Wildcat. Very successful so far in this game. Fakes the handout. Griffin right side has room. Follows his blocker. And gets close to that first down marker. Looks to be just shy. Looks like his knee came down right before he got to the first down marker. We'll see will they mark it. 7:08 and counting. Here in the second quarter, 10-6 to score. St. James Academy with the lead. Referees are going to call a timeout for measurement. In Louisburg, in this ballgame, they struck first with a 3-yard touchdown run by Garrett Griffin, his 5th on the season. But then St. James Academy battles right back. They kick a field goal, and then they score this last possession with a 6-yard touchdown pass by Jason Keys to Andrew Kelly. That is the score right now, 10-6. It's going to be 3rd and inches for the Wildcats of Louisburg. 7:06 left to go in the second quarter. Wildcats with the ball. A trail by 4. Ball on the 41-yard line. Goodwin and the Wildcats going to hustle up to the line. Goodwin under center. It's going to be tight. Everyone is on the line. And it's going to be a handoff to Griffin. Griffin, he's going to be stopped behind the line. Loss of 1. Busting through there for St. James Academy. Solid tackle by Cole Orick, the middle linebacker. He had some sensational plays last week against Eudora. And this week doing the same thing. Solid middle linebacker for the Thunder of St. James Academy. 4th and 1, ball on the 40-yard line. We'll see what the Wildcats do here. They are going to go for it. Garrett Griffin and Wildcat, 2 fullbacks to his right. Griffin's going to take it. It's just going to be a pooch kick. It looked like they were going to attempt it, but now we'll see the return man gets about the 30-yard line for St. James Academy. But interesting formation there for the Wildcats. It looked like Griffin was set up to run to the right. Instead, they pooch kick it. He's still got plenty of leg underneath it. Short punt, but man, that was an interesting play to say the least. I imagine they bring him out there for a read, but nonetheless, St. James Academy ball, 6:05 to go in the second quarter, 10-6 to score. The Thunder spread it out. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to his left. Keys in shotgun. Keys will drop back, looking deep. He has a man open. He's going to try to elude a man. He's going to try to throw the ball, but it's going to be fall harmlessly to the ground. What could have been a fumble for St. James Academy. Was very fortunate. It's just going to be incomplete pass. Kyle McClennan coming through that line. 6'4", 215. Defensive tackle for the Wildcats, busting through. Keys in pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to his right and left. Keys, high snap, maintains. He's going to go to the right. And it's going to be an option to the left. Looks to be Eisenberg. That time he was a wide receiver on that play. He gains 5 to 6 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. Ball will be placed at the 33-yard line. 5:52 left to go in the second quarter. 10 to 6 to score. Louisburg trails by 4. St. James Academy with the lead, and they have the ball. 2 wide receivers to the right, in tight. Keys in pistol. It's going to be a pitch. That's going to be Jake Bay. Jake Bay's going to try to get through, but he's going to be stopped after being tackled by 3 Wildcats. Busting through there was big Cade Larson, 6'4", 260 on the D-line. And he stops Bay to well shy of the first down marker, and it's going to be a punt for St. James Academy. 5:29 to go here in the second quarter. 10 to 6, St. James Academy with the lead. And it looks like they're going to punt the ball away. Back deep to return is Christian Richards. Excuse me, that's not Christian Richards. That's actually going to be DJ Meyer. And he's going to tell everyone to get away from the ball. Ball's going to roll around and finally marked down at the 26-yard line. So 5:03 left to go in the second quarter. 10 to 6 to score. Louisburg currently trails, but they will get the ball back here with plenty of time to do something with it. Currently trail by 4. Garrett Griffin, very sensational. He has 1 touchdown on the game already. Let's see if they decide to try to shake him loose yet again. I formation, 1 tight end to the right. Goodwin under center in I formation. Goodwin's going to drop back. It's going to be a fake. He's going to look to go deep. He has a man, and it's going to be overthrown. What was even more interesting about that play, down the middle of the field, Will Garza was wide open for Nate Goodwin. If Goodwin would have looked straight up the middle, that would have been taken to the house by Will Garza because he is very quick and speedy himself. That was a crucial play there for St. James Academy. They let one go behind them, but instead it's going to be 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass by Nate Goodwin. I formation yet again. Goodwin under center. 1 tight end to his right. Goodwin's going to throw a pitch to Griffin. Griffin has room, and he's going to go past the first down marker and more. Ball at the 40-yard line. Clock continues to run. 4:50 left to go in the second quarter. 10 to 6 to score. Louisburg with the ball currently. Louisburg 1-1 on the season, trying to take down St. James Academy, who beat Eudora last week in a thriller. They are 2-0. They're trying to take down a 2-0 team. Goodwin under center. It's going to be a fake to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Griffin. It looked to be a trap play. 2 guards pulled. He breaks off 1. Griffin to the right. What a big body by Griffin, but even a better play call right there for the Wildcats. He had 2 guards, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, both of them with a pull to the left side. Usually see 1 guard pull, and that's usually from the back side, but in that situation, they pulled both, and it looked to be a very solid gain. Ball in St. James Academy territory, 4:29 here in the second quarter, 10 to 6, Louisburg trails. Goodwin is going to be in shotgun this time with Griffin right to the left of him. Trips right. Griffin's going to take the ball to the left. He shakes off 1, has room, and is brought down after a 9-yard gain. But hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Some dirty laundry out there on the field. We'll see what the call is. Looks to be a hold. Umpire threw that right away. So it could potentially be a hold. The referee's going to talk it over. Good play calls by the Wildcats so far in this ball game. And it's going to be holding against Louisburg. So after a solid couple first downs by Louisburg, ball's going to be brought back. We'll talk about a drive stopper. Grabbing a hold of that jersey will certainly do that. And it's going to be, of course, a foul of where the infraction occurred. The ball's going to be placed at the 49-yard line, first and long for the Wildcats. Griffin's going to get the ball in shotgun to the right. He has room. Good blocking on the end. He's going to the 40, to the 30. He has speed and finally pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line. What was a first and essentially a mile away for the Wildcats. Garrett Griffin just says, hey, give me the ball. I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to get the first down for you. And he certainly did that on that play inside red zone territory for the Wildcats now. 4:04 left to go in the second quarter. 10-6, Louisburg trails, but they are knocking on that door in St. James Academy territory. Goodwin's going to go under center, and it's going to be I formation. 2 tight ends in the ball game, 1 wide receiver to the right. It's going to be delayed handoff, and that is to Luke Hupp, and Luke Hupp is going to be stopped way behind the line of scrimmage, loss of 3. So 2nd and 13, ball on the 23-yard line. 10-6 to score with 3:46 left to go in the second quarter. Now there's going to be a timeout. That is going to be by St. James Academy. With that defense being out there on the field for a very long time, I imagine this would be a timeout just to say, hey, guys, calm down. We'll take things slow and get your energy back up. So 10-6. 3:43 left to go in the second quarter. Louisburg trails by 4. And they have the ball inside St. James Academy territory. What will the Wildcats do here? They've really been mixing up their formations. And we'll see what they do here. Garrett Griffin has really been running all over the field. Defensively, he has a couple solid tackles. Offensively, he's been doing the majority of the work for the Wildcats, but a good job by the offensive lineman to complement that. Griffin, he's going to fake the handoff going to the left. He tries to do a back juke, but he's going to be stopped behind the line yet again. Loss of 1. So 3rd and 13. We'll see what the Wildcats do here. Quarterback Nate Goodwin checks back into the ballgame. 3:20 left to go in the second quarter. 10-6 to score. Goodwin is going to be in shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his left. Griffin to his right. Goodwin drops back. He's going to run to the right. Here's Goodwin. Ball's going to be placed at the 15-yard line, well shy of that first down marker. But let's see if Louisburg goes for it. Here with about 2:50 to go in the second quarter. 10-6. Louisburg trails by 4. I imagine since they missed the PAT, I imagine they probably won't be going for the field goal. They'll be going for the touchdown here in the second quarter. Goodwin in shotgun. Griffin is going to be split to the left. Here, watch the fade route here. Goodwin's going to look back. He's going to throw a slant to, it's going to be a slant to Griffin. And he was bumped before he even had a chance to catch that. It's going to be a pass interference by Matt Barabom. So automatic first down, a crucial penalty for St. James Academy. But you can already see what was going to happen on that play. As you can tell, Garrett Griffin is their go-to guy, and once they split him out there to the left side, you just know that Goodwin's going to give him a fade or a slant just like that last play. You know they're going to try to get the ball to him. He's 6'4", so the man can really go up and get the ball as well. So he's a terrific athlete for the Wildcats. And now it's going to be first and goal, ball on the 6-yard line. It's going to be Wishbone for Goodwin. Goodwin's going to fake the handoff off the middle. Now he's going to go to Griffin on the right side. Griffin is going to continue to drag two defenders on his back. And he's going to gain about 2 or 3 yards. Ball's going to be placed at the 4-yard line. Second and goal, 1:53 and counting here in the second quarter. 10-6, Louisburg trails. Second and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. Wishbone formation yet again for Nate Goodwin and the Wildcats. Goal line formation for St. James Academy. Now it's going to be a handoff. That's going to be Luke Hupp. And it looks like he is in from 4 yards out. Luke Hupp goes all the way and gets a crucial touchdown to give the Wildcats the lead. Good running by Luke Hupp. He's only a sophomore for this Wildcat team, so a young guy in Luke Hupp, and he gets his first touchdown of the year. And a crucial time to get that touchdown in a tough ball game. And here comes the kicker, Jason Dankiak. And that one's going to be good. So the PAT is good. He missed the first one, but he will make the second. So 13-10, we have ourselves another solid ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 1:23 left to go in the second quarter. 13-10, the score. I tell you what, it is such a joy to call these close games. Yes, it is at halftime, but these teams are going back and forth. Last week, I had the opportunity to call a thriller between St. James Academy and Eudora, and that came down to the final play of the ball game. Week before that, I called St. Thomas Aquinas, and they played Great Bend, and that came down to the final play of the game. And then this past weekend, I don't know if you guys are KU fans out there, but called the Kansas Jayhawks taking on Northern Illinois, and that was a thriller as well, with a game-winning touchdown for the Jayhawks about 9 seconds ago. So I have been fortunate so far this year to call barn burners, and this one is shaping up to be the exact same way here on 810varsity.com. Thank you for joining me. I am Pat Stroff, and joining alongside Stacy Smith, our camera girl. 1:23 left to go in the second. It's going to be a low flat kick. Eisenberg is going to take the ball. He's going to the left. He's trying to break off one, and a gang of Wildcats tackle him right at about the 15-yard line. So a minute 16 here in the second quarter, 13-10. Louisburg currently leads, but for how long? St. James Academy, let's see if they try to throw the ball. You best believe that their main weapons out there on the field right now, Matt Eckelman would be one of the key players, 6'4", 235-pound senior. He caught a couple touchdowns last week. Very lethal guy, and here's Keys and pistol. Keys is going to fake the handoff, going to the left. It's an option play. A deep pitch to Eisenberg, and he's going to be brought out. He's not going to be brought out of bounds, so clock's going to continue to run after a 5-yard pickup. So a minute even, 13-10. Louisburg with the lead. Let's see if St. James Academy tries to hurry up. Keys is going to be in pistol formation yet again. 2 running backs behind him. 1 wide receiver to the right and left, tight end in the right. It's going to be a handoff straight up the gut to Jake Bade. He's going to rumble. for about 2 to 3 yards, and now it's going to be a stoppage of play. And the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. They say, why not? 37 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Heck, maybe call a timeout, and you'll get the ball. You have an opportunity to launch it down the field now. Nate Goodwin definitely doesn't throw the ball very far. He's only 5'11", 170 pounds. He doesn't throw the ball very deep, but with a guy like Garrett Griffin, why not try something? And only up by 3, you can extend that lead even more. The Wildcats, they do have themselves 2 more timeouts to go along with this. So 3rd and 2. Ball on the 21-yard line in St. James Academy territory. 37 seconds to go here in the second quarter. St. James Academy down by 3 points to Louisburg. And they have the ball. Keys in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end in the right side. Keys rolls to his right. Has a man short, but he's going to throw it a little bit deeper. And it's going to be incomplete. Tommy Huppy was there. He was trying to put his feet down and catch at the same time, which is much more difficult than what people think. But Tommy Huppy had a good opportunity at that catch, but instead it's going to fall incomplete. 30 seconds even, 13-10. Louisburg with the lead, and they will get the ball back after stopping St. James Academy here in the second quarter. Back deep there, the punt is Brian Eisman. Eisman's going to go ahead and boot the ball. It's going to be a decent return. Ball's going to return at the 45-yard line. He gets past into St. James Academy territory. Ball on the 46-yard line. 18 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 13-10 to score. Louisburg with the lead and the ball. Let's see if they heave it up to Garrett Griffin. We'll see what happens. He's a very sensational player, but the last one to score that touchdown to give the Wildcats lead is Luke Hupp. That was a 4-yard touchdown. And here comes Nate Goodwin and the Wildcats. Ball on the 46-yard line. Goodwin's going to be in shotgun. Out to the right is Garrett Griffin. 2 receivers to the left for Goodwin. Goodwin drops back. It's going to be a quick throw, and it's going to be caught at the 21-yard line. 12 seconds to go. That was a catch by Cade Larson, 260-pound tight end with the catch. Wildcats aren't going to call a timeout. They're going to go ahead and spike it. So about 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 13-10 is the score. Louisburg with the lead. And they have the ball about the 23-yard line. Referee right now is going to go over to the St. James Academy sideline. It looks like he's going to talk to the coaches. 13-10 the score here at Bishop Miege High School. Louisburg with the lead and the ball, trying to extend that lead. Now the referee's going to go over to the sideline. Some confusion going on. I'm really not sure what this could be. It looks like maybe it was a timeout and wasn't even called by the referee. I'm not sure what happened, but now the Wildcats are going to rush back out onto the field. It's going to be Goodwin under center. And Goodwin's not going to take the snap and spike it. I am not exactly sure what is going on. 10 seconds go, 13-10 here in the second quarter. Louisburg with the lead. But they already spiked the ball with about 12 seconds ago. That's when they officially stopped the clock. That's when they officially spiked the ball. So I'm not exactly sure why they had to spike it again, but maybe that didn't account, and maybe the referees that said, hey, we're not going to add more clock to the scoreboard. I don't know. Anyways, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Goodwin in shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's going to be pressured heavily on the backside. Caught by Griffin. Griffin still in bounds. He's still down. 3 seconds to go, and it's going to be a timeout by the Wildcats. They barely got that in there. Clock was running, but 3 seconds, so this is going to be the last play of the first half. 13-10 is the score. Louisburg currently with the lead against St. James Academy here at Bishop Miege High School. You can imagine that they're not going to go for the field goal here, but we'll see. It's going to be a very deep field goal nonetheless here, considering for high school. So he's going to hold at about the 29-yard line, add another 10, so 39-yard field goal. And that's going to be for DJ Meyer. DJ Meyer, it's going to be a short kick, and it's not going to make it into the left. So that is the final play of the first half. 13-10 is the score. Louisburg currently ahead of St. James Academy. We'll be back for more second half action. Please stay tuned for more of that. I'm Pastor Hoffman, joined alongside Stacy Smith. Thank you for joining us here on 810varsity.com. Hello and welcome back here for second half action between St. James Academy and Louisburg. Quite the battle going on right now. Louisburg currently leads 13-10 against St. James Academy. It's been the battle back and forth. Louisburg struck first with Garrett Griffin scoring in the first quarter on a 3-yard run. And, of course, they missed the PAT then. And St. James Academy, they kick a field goal to put themselves down by 3 points. And then in the second quarter, St. James Academy scores a touchdown on a 6-yard pass by their sensational quarterback, Jansen Keys. And then Louisburg, they score 4 yards out with a touchdown by Luke Hupp in the second quarter to put us where we are now, 13-10. Louisburg with the lead, about ready to start the third quarter. Interesting stat for Louisburg and St. James Academy if you look at on the defensive side. Louisburg, their sensational player in Garrett Griffin, has 130 yards of total rushing and a touchdown. Very incredible by this big, strong running back of Louisburg. And they kick the ball off deep for St. James Academy. That is going to be Eisman. Eisman gets a break, and the 40 breaks one to the left, and finally brought down at the 48-yard line. Good start for St. James Academy. They need a little boost because they currently trail by 3 points. They need to get the offense going here in the second half in order for them to have a shot. 1st and 10 for St. James. Just starting the third quarter, they trail by 3 against Louisburg. Keys and Pistol, 2 wide receivers to the left, Eckelman to the right, and Bades right behind him. It's going to be Keys rolling to the left. He gets a good block. He's trying to go downfield. He squares up, has a man deep, and it's going to be incomplete. It was a jump ball way down the field for Brian Eisman. And though it was incomplete, you got to like Keys there. Keys, he squared up those shoulders. That's good to see from a young quarterback at the high school level. If you can square up your shoulders and make throws like that. Now, for granted, there's 2 defenders around Eisman, but nonetheless, what a good throw by Keys to square up those shoulders and throw it deep. Incomplete, though. 2nd and 10. Here in Pistol is Keys. That is Eisman in the backfield again. It's going to be handoff to Eisman. He's going to scramble to the right. And somehow he finds a seam and gets to the 40 and pushed out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Incredible play by Brian Eisman. Eisman looked to have a sure loss of 1 or 2. He stays with it. He stays patient. He finds a seam, and he bursts for a good 15-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for St. James. 11:30 left to go here in the third quarter. 13-10. Louisburg with the lead. St. James with the ball. We'll see what they do with it. Keys and Pistol. 1 tight end to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right in trips. Now referee's going to blow it dead. It's going to be a timeout by St. James. Interesting there, already wasting a timeout, but head coach Tom Radke didn't like what he saw, so he decided to call a timeout instead of have a mass confusion play. That would be a sure loss of yards for St. James Academy. 11:30 left to go here in the third quarter. 13-10 to score. Louisburg with the lead. St. James, though, with the ball. And what a good return by Brian Eisman in the kick return game. They do a good job setting up the wall and blocking. He had a seam up the middle. If he would have jerked out one more guy, I think he would have been gone. But good, solid coverage by Louisburg at the end to have two guys there to play safety, which is what you need on kickoff returns. So very good job by them. Eisen, though he could have broke one more tackle, he probably would have been gone. Just great job by Louisburg. And Louisburg's now on defense. Ball's in their territory. St. James with the ball. Two wide receivers to the left and right. Keys and Pistol. Bade right behind him. 4-3 defense for Louisburg. He's going to send Bade in motion to the right. Keys drops back, looking left. He's going to throw it. It's going to be screened to Eckelman. Eckelman, he's going to try to break off a tackle, but instead it's going to be a solid tackle behind the line by Nate Goodman, the quarterback. Loss of about 5 yards for the Thunder. It's not what you want to see offensively from St. James, but that's what you want to see from the Wildcats of Louisburg with a 3-point lead with 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be Keys and Pistol. Trips left this time. One tied in to the right. Bade behind him. Blitz coming off the left corner. Keys is going to go to the left, squares his feet. He's going to throw a quick short pass, and it's going to be incomplete. It was going to be a screen pass to Ben LeCluse, the tight end. Keys was rolling to the left, pretending like he was going to throw left. Those are right back across his body, but great coverage by the D lineman of Louisburg to not be fooled. So 3rd and 14. 13-10 the score. Louisburg with the lead. 10:40 left here to go in the third quarter. Huge play already here in this ball game. Keys and Pistol. Two wide receivers to the right. Bade behind him. Keys is going to drop back. He's going to go deep. He has a man and almost a one-handed catch, but instead it's going to be solid defense by Will Garza, the free safety, to come out of nowhere and swipe the ball away. So 4th down here for Keys and St. James. It'll be a long field goal attempt if they even thought about attempting it. But Keys is going to go right back out there. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 14. Ball on the 36-yard line. Keys and Pistol trips right. Watch out for Matt Eckelman in this possession, the wide receiver. Keys and Pistol drops back, rolling to his right. Eckelman's going to break free. He's going to look. Keys looking deep. He's going to toss up Eckelman. It's going to be close to the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Eckelman and into the end zone. Touchdown, St. James Academy. But there is a flag down, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what the call is. Hold the phones. Touchdown by Eckelman, but will it stand? And it's going to be a personal foul against Louisburg. So, yes, it will stand. So, touchdown for St. James Academy. A 36-yard pass from Jason Keys to Matt Eckelman. Matt Eckelman will have his second touchdown on the year. So 16-13 the score. St. James Academy takes the lead early in the third quarter. 10:24 left to go here in the third quarter. The hold is going to be good. Snap's good. Referee says, hold on 1 second. We weren't set. Referee talking to the players of St. James Academy. Looks like no harm done, so they're just going to redo the PAT. Snap is good. Hold is good. And a deep boot straight down the middle of the field goal post. 17-13. St. James Academy takes the lead with 10:24 left to go in the third. We'll see what Louisburg does here on their offensive possession. Great start for St. James Academy. On a 4th and 14 play, they really tried to throw the ball there. They really didn't run the ball that much. But, of course, it's been stopped a lot of times. The only way that the Thunder have been getting any offense production on the ground is by keys on option plays or handoff to wide receivers. So really smart tactic by head coach Tom Radke to throw the ball against this Louisburg defense. And that penalty by Louisburg, that personal foul, is actually going to bring the kickoff to about the 45-yard line. So this is going to be a good, solid kick. If he gets a hold of this one, Alex King that is, for St. James, if he gets a hold of this one, you could be seeing a touchback easily for Louisburg. Louisburg will have to try to come from behind, down by 4, 17-13 the score. St. James with the lead with 10-24, excuse me. Left to go here in the third. Alex King's going to kick it deep, and it's going to be stopped in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So ball's going to be placed at the 20-yard line for the Wildcats of Louisburg. And we'll see what happens. They have a sensational running back in Garrett Griffin, who has one touchdown on the day. The second touchdown was by Luke Hupp, First one was by Garrett Griffin. He has 130 yards total on the ground already. We'll see if they continue to let him run wild here in the third quarter. I formation. Goodwin under center. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback, to Nick Chapman. He's going to go all the way for about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Good play up the middle. The lineman did a good job opening that hole. We want to talk about the difference of size on these lines. Defensive line for St. James Academy, 220, 223, 296, 236. Let's take a look at Louisburg, 215, 180, 180, 190, 195. Completely different, but they are doing a good job of making holes for Garrett Griffin. It's going to be a handoff to Chapman yet again. This time he's going to be stopped after a gain of no yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2. With 9:38 left to go in the third quarter, down by 4 is Louisburg. But when you take a look at this offensive line compared to behemoths of St. James Academy, the fact that they're doing this good of a job of opening holes for Garrett Griffin is really incredible. I'm really impressed by this offensive line of Louisburg. It's going to go a hand off to Griffin. Another hole up the middle. Griffin looks to be stopped just shy. It's going to be 4th down for the Wildcats. I imagine that they'll be punting here. It's going to be the same formation, probably what they did last time. They're probably going to have Griffin pretending like it's going to run the ball. He's probably just going to pooch kick it, but we'll see what happens here. Now the referee's going to say, hey, call a timeout for measurement. Looks to be well shy of the first down from up here in the booth. Well, excuse me, the referee's going to just talk about it in general. They're not even going to ask for a measurement. But that time, the defensive line of St. James Academy did a good job of busting through and stopping Garrett Griffin before he can get the ball going. 8:51 left to go here in the third quarter. 17-13, Louisburg trails by 4. 4th and short. About 1 yard to go. Let's see if they punt the ball here. Ball's on the 29. And it's going to be Griffin in that same formation. Let's see if he kicks it. Griffin's actually going to take it. He's going to go to the right. He has a first and more. To the 40. He has room. He's going to try to make a cut back. Instead, he's going to be marked out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Nonetheless, first down for Garrett Griffin and the Louisburg Wildcats. Garrett Griffin, something else. 6'4", 210. A guy that tall as a running back. Gotta like it. 8:23 left to go in the third quarter. 17-13. St. James Academy with the lead, but Louisburg with the ball, trying to get into St. James Academy territory. Griffin's going to take it in shotgun, 2 tight ends in the ball game. Griffin gets a snap, going to the left, gets a good block, barrels over 2 defenders, gets about 6 yards. 130 yards for Garrett Griffin at the half. He continues to do so, getting to about the 150 mark already in this ball game. Second down and 4 for the Wildcats of Louisburg. Down by 4 with less than 8 minutes to go in the third. Griffin in shotgun yet again. 2 tight ends in tight. 4-4 defense for St. James Academy. Griffin shakes off one behind the line. Trying to get back to line of scrimmage. He does. He actually gains 2 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. Tackled by Cole Orick of St. James Academy. Solid middle linebacker. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 for Louisburg. Down by 4. 7:20 left to go in the third quarter. Thank you for joining us here on 810varsity.com. I am Pat Strop and joined alongside camera girl Stacy Smith. Thank you for tuning in for this battle between 2 teams. Griffin in shotgun yet again. Griffin to the right side, has a hole. He hits it hard and gets the first. Move the chains. Fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. If you're the defensive coordinator of St. James Academy, you have to wonder, how can I stop Garrett Griffin? It's really been, they've been doing a whole bunch of different defenses. They usually run a 3-4, but they've been trying to run a 4-4, trying to stack the box with about 8 guys, and none of it seems to work. Griffin in shotgun yet again. Dual tight ends, 2 wide receivers as well. This time it's going to be a handoff to Chapman. And Chapman way behind the line. Loss of 4. Big Jake Whitman coming through. 6'6", 256-pound junior busting through that line and getting the tackle. 2nd and 14. 6:15 to go in the third. 17-13, Louisburg trails. Ball on the 49-yard line inside St. James territory. It's going to be Griffin in shotgun yet again. Blitz coming up the middle. And it's going to be a false start here, I believe, on Louisburg. And yes, the referee's going to call it. It's going to be Hayden Guterman going a little bit early as a tight end on that left side. False start on the Wildcats, so bring the ball back even more. It's going to be 2nd and about 18 for the Wildcats. 5:55 here in the third, 17-13 the score. St. James Academy with the lead. Goodwin checking back into the ball game. And it's going to be a trip strike, a bunch of confusion going on in the field right now. Wide receivers get set. Goodwin drops back, looks to throw. Good block by Griffin. It's going to be a good pitch by Goodwin, trying to get his receiver and Luke up down the field. It's going to be no good, incomplete, 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Last time they were in a long situation like this, Garrett Griffin was in shotgun, ran off to the right side, got the first down. Let's see if it happens again. Back in their own territory is the Wildcats. 5:30 in counting. Let's go in the third. 17-13 is the score. Louisburg currently trails by 4 with the ball. Goodwin in shotgun. Garrett Griffin to the right. That's a wide receiver. Bad snap. Goodwin recovers. He's going to go deep to Griffin. He has Griffin. It is incomplete. Griffin had a shot at the ball. Instead, he dove for it and just hits the ball on the ground. So it looks like it's going to be a punting situation here for Garrett Griffin and the Wildcats. Good stop by St. James Academy. Griffin was open downfield. Surprised that St. James Academy is letting people get behind him, but Griffin doing a good job out there. It looks like he's going to have to punt the ball away. In punt formation is Griffin. Eckelman in the backfield as well as Eisman. Griffin's going to kick it deep. It's going to be a fair caught at the 20-yard line by Matt Eckelman. 5:16 left to go here in the third quarter. 17-13. St. James with the lead and the ball. If they score here, we'll definitely put them up by even more points. And their offense looked very good last time. The passing game looking very solid. Jansen Keys with a 36-yard touchdown throw to Matt Eckelman last time. Let's see what they do here. In pistol, 2 wide receivers to the right and left. Keys. Bade right behind him. High snap. Keys hands off to Bade. Bade stumbling, rumbling, and brought down after a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 for the Thunder. 5 minutes in counting. 17-13. St. James with the lead in the ball. Ball is placed at the 26-yard line. Keys and pistol. 2 wide receivers to the right and left yet again. Pistol formation once again. It's going to be an option this time to the right. Keys is going to take it. He's going to hold on. It finally pitches at the last second to Bade. But Bade's going to try to get some yards of what was to be a loss of about 1 or 2. We'll see where they mark it. It's actually going to be a no gain. I'm kind of surprised. I figured that he stepped out of bounds. Bade tried to dive forward to get some extra yards, but to no avail. 3rd and 4 for St. James. Up by 4 is the Thunder. Crowd's getting loud. 10 seconds on the play clock. Keys and pistol. The referee is going to go ahead and throw out the flag. Looks like it's going to be offsides by the Wildcats. Yes, it is. So 1st down, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, but they need about 4 yards to get that 1st down. So it's going to be a 1st down and 10. Fresh new set of downs for the Thunder of St. James. Jansen Keys, of all the quarterbacks that I've seen so far this year, Keys has really been the most patient out of the most. Keys and pistol once again. 2 wide receivers to his left. Keys is going to hand it off straight up the gut to Jake Bade, but he's going to stop at the line of scrimmage. But Keys, he does a good job of taking his time, making reads. He definitely messes around with that cadence. He does a good job of trying to get the defense drawn off sides. As a defensive lineman back in my football days, one of the hardest quarterbacks I had to face was actually really, really good at making me jump across that goal line out of that line. That was definitely an ACC HS player. Keys in pistol yet again. Pistol drops back, looking to his left. He's going to go to Eckelman. Eckelman catches it. He's going to be initially tackled at about the 35-yard line, but he's going to go forward for another 2 yards. It's going to be a solid gain of 3. So 3rd and 5 for the Thunder of St. James. We'll see if they continue to throw the ball or hand it off to Jake Bade. Barry had to do an option for Keys, the quarterback. 3:48 left to go in the third quarter. 17-13 the score. St. James with the lead. Crowd getting loud. Keys and pistol. 2 receivers to the right. Keys going to take it. Running to the right. Larson's chasing from behind. He's going to throw it and caught by Brian Eisman. 1st down after a pickup of 10 yards. If the Wildcats can get one stop on defense and get themselves off the field and get rested up, that would help them tremendously right now. Both teams really don't have a lot of players as far as number-wise goes. Most of the freshmen for St. James not suited up, and a couple players actually injured, so they don't have a lot of players, and neither do the Wildcats of Louisburg. But first and 10 for Keys and Pistol. Hands it off to Eisman. Eisman's going to try to cut back, and he finds room straight up the middle yet again. First down. Eisman, he pretends like he's going right. He pretends like he's going left. But in all honesty, he knows he's going straight up the middle. And Louisburg, they are over-pursuing so much that Eisman's just getting a middle run every single time. Great job by Eisman. Louisburg, they would just fill the gap and stop over-committing themselves. They'd be in good shape right now. But Keys, a first down to play with. Two wide receivers to the left. High snap. Fakes the hand off to Bade. It's going to be a throw this time to Eisman. Eisman's going to burst of speed to the left. Cuts back. And ball's going to be on the ground. And it looks to be recovered by the Wildcats. We'll see who has it. Referee's sorting out the pile. And it's going to be recovered by St. James. Very fortunate for St. James. What a dangerous play. Eisman lost the ball. That could have been a huge momentum shift towards Louisburg, but now ball's going to be in red zone territory. Ball on the 19-yard line, first and 10 for St. James. 3:12 left to go in the third quarter, 17-13. St. James with the lead and the ball. Here's Keys. In pistol, two wide receivers to his left. Keys is going to hand off to Bade. Bade straight up the middle. Gain of 1 or 2 yards, not much. Second and 7. He got 3 yards. Second and 7 for St. James Academy. 2:45 and counting here in the third. 17-13 the score. St. James with the lead. Ball on the 17-yard line. Keys in pistol once again. Keys rolling to his right. It's an option play. He's going to cut back in the middle, going to the left, shakes one, breaks off another, and a good, solid tackle. Keys is going to be feeling that one in the morning. Flag on the play. Looks to be a hold. Holding on St. James Academy. Looked to be on Jake Whitman, the big fella. Right tackle for St. James. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty at the spot of the foul. Referee threw that one right away, so you kind of knew that it was going to be against the offense. As soon as that happens, you know it's going to be against them. .2:20 left to go in the third quarter. 17-13 the score. St. James with the lead and the ball. What was in red zone territory now kind of brings it back out to about the 30-yard line. Going to be second and long here for St. James. Keys and pistol. Two wide receivers to his left, one to his right, tight end to his right. And Keys is going to make his own lineman jump this time. The solid left tackle, and Chris Gomez is going to jump. So false start on St. James Academy. Chalk up another 5 yards in the penalty game. Ball's going to be placed on the 33-yard line. 2 minutes and counting. Third quarter, 17-13. St. James with the lead against Louisburg. Keys and pistol. Blitz coming off the left side. Keys drops back. He's going to get rid of the ball quickly. It's going to be overthrown. Trying to hit his man, and Brian Eisman's going to be over his right arm. Third and very long for the first down. First down marker is actually at the 9-yard line. They are at the 33. Third and 24 for St. James Academy. They can just get a few yards. That would be crucial. Maybe they can line up for a field goal attempt. That's also another important thing as well. Maybe they'll go straight up the middle with a run. Who knows? We'll see what Keys does here. With a weapon like Matt Eckelman, who's far on the right side, you never know what's going to happen. They played jump ball last time, and they scored. Let's see if Keys can do it again. Keys in pistol. Drops back. Eckelman going deep. Keys looking deep. Throws it, and it's going to be short, and actually a good jump route there by Daniel O'Connor. And O'Connor had a shot at a pick. That would have been a huge play. If the Wildcats can get themselves a turnover, that'll definitely swing momentum in their favor. 0 turnovers in the ball game so far. It's been a very clean ball game, besides all these penalties. But other than that, it's been really clean on both sides of the ball. It's going to be punt back deep is Brian Eisman. And back to return is DJ Meyer for the Wildcats. Eisman's going to take the snap. It's going to be a little pooch kick. Ball's going to bounce. It's actually going to be stopped at about the, looks to be about the 6-yard line, but there is some action going on the sidelines that maybe a player touched it by St. James Academy. Head referee Tom Radke not liking that. He's making a claim that a player may have touched it there at the end. But it doesn't look like he's going to get the ability to do so. I think it looked pretty clean, but nonetheless, it's going to be deep in their own territory. Wildcat ball on the at the 5-yard line. 17-13 the score. St. James Academy with the lead. With 1:29 left to go here in the third quarter. And head coach Tom Radke is still going at it down there on the field. He wasted a timeout just so he can talk with the referees just a little bit more. I don't know what thing he's trying to make an example of, but he's talking to Eckelman right now. And he's talking about must be pushing another player into someone else. I don't know what the deal is. But he is going after the ref right now. Fans aren't liking it. At least the Wildcat fans aren't liking it. But the head coach is all the way out there on the field already, still trying to make his case to the referees. Referees are going to have to restrain him a little bit. But nonetheless, Wildcat football at the 5-yard line. 1:29 left to go here in the third quarter, and 17-13 the score. St. James Academy with the lead. St. James Academy currently booing the referees, but not sure if that's going to matter. Damage has been done. And here comes Goodwin. Griffin behind him, trips right. It's going to be a sweep to Goodwin. The Griffin. Griffin has some room on the right side. Good blocking. He has a chance for the first. It's a first down. And more. Now he breaks it up to the left and to the 30. He has room to the 40, to the 50. He has one man to beat in Eisman. Griffin is going to stiff arm him, and he stiff arms him all the way down to the 20. But here's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. A penalty flag all the way back at the 11-yard line. Looks to be a hold. We'll see the play call. But Garrett Griffin, wow. Moving to the right, then back to the left. And he stiffed arm Brian Eisman at the end. But it's going to be a holding on the Wildcats nonetheless. So they can't go too much farther. Besides half the distance to the goal. They're already deep in their own end zone. So 1:11 left to go here in the third quarter. 17-13. St. James with the lead. Definitely getting a little hostile here at Bishop Miege. Thank you for listening to all this action on 810varsity.com. I'm Pat Stroufman, joined alongside Stacy Smith, doing some camera work. Thank you very much for listening. Under center is Goodwin, I formation. Looks to be a couple blitz coming up the middle. It's going to be handoff. And it's not going to be Griffin. It's going to be Luke Hupp, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. He may have gone back to the line of scrimmage, and he did, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Less than a minute left to go in the third quarter. 17-13, St. James Academy with the lead. But Louisburg with the ball deep in their own territory. A lot of flags have been thrown so far in this ball game. Holding has been the majority of the call. I guess when you have an offensive line that really is undersized compared to the defensive line of St. James Academy, I guess that's one thing you have to do. Goodwin under center. It's going to be delayed handoff. He's actually going to be sacked in the end zone, and it is a safety for St. James Academy. Chalk up more points, and they get themselves the ball as well. 19-13 the score. Chalk up 2 points for the Thunder. Interesting play call there by Louisburg. Trying to do a play action in the own end zone when you realize that a bunch of blitzes are coming off, both the right and left. Interesting play call by Louisburg, but nonetheless, safety against them. And they actually have to punt the ball now to St. James Academy. And St. James, they have the lead. 19-13. After giving themselves a safety here in the third quarter. 0 points have been scored by Louisburg. So far a touchdown and a safety on the board for St. James Academy. So now it's going to be Garrett Griffin. He's going to have to punt the ball at about the 20-yard line, so it's going to be a short return. But Griffin, he has himself a leg. Last time he punted the ball from the 30 all the way down to the 10, so we'll see what Griffin can do here. Griffin looks to go off the side of his foot. It's going to be returned here. Looks to be Jake Bade. He's going to go, no, it's Hinterleiter. Hinterleiter's going to go to the right side. He has room and brought it down at about the 32-yard line. Good job by Tanner Hinterleiter to make most of that punt return after the safety. 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. 19-13 the score. The Thunder with the lead in Wildcat territory. One touchdown would make it very, very hard for Louisburg to make a comeback. But we'll see what happens with St. James and their offense. Looking very good so far. Here's the passing attack. See what they do. Keys and pistol. Quick snap. Hand off to Eisman. Eisman going left side. Very quick. He tries to break off one, but instead it's going to be a good, solid tackle yet again by Nate Goodwin. Coming up and making this solid tackle. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter. And the score, St. James Academy, 19. Louisburg, 13 points. Quite the battle. It's going to be a loss of 4 for St. James. Ball's going to be at the 36-yard line. They will have an opportunity to make a deep hole for Louisburg to make a comeback from. Thank you for listening to 810varsity.com. I'm Pat Stroughton, joined alongside Stacy Smith. Thank you for joining us here on this wonderful football evening. We'll have plenty of coverage for other teams as well, including St. James Academy. 25 Kansas City Metro teams. You cannot beat it here on 810varsity.com. A lot of good games to cover and a lot of good teams as well. Keys in pistol, 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 in split, and that is Eisman. Keys dropping back. He has Eisman up the middle. He's actually going to chuck it deep, and it's going to be caught, and a touchdown to Tommy Huppy. Jansen Keys letting it all. Wow, incredible. Going for it all on the very first play here in the fourth quarter, and they score a 36-yard touchdown pass. 3 tosses for the young junior of Jansen Keys, this time to Tommy Huppy. The PAT right after is going to be no good. So it's going to be a 12-point lead instead of a 13-point lead. 25-13. St. James Academy currently with the lead, and now they're going to have to kick the ball off. Maybe they score a little too quick here for the Louisburg Wildcats, because the Wildcats, they have a very lethal offense as well. Garrett Griffin has really been doing a great job out there for the Wildcats. Wasn't for that safety and possibly that good placement of a punt about the 5-yard line, Wildcats probably could have had some opportunities there. And Griffin actually did a good job with a sweep to the right. If it wasn't for a holding call, it would have been a little bit different call. But definitely a good game here. Louisburg still not out of it. Only down by 12, 25-13, 11:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. St. James Academy, they scored 17 unanswered points last week against Eudora. This week they're doing a great job as well. They're down 13-10, and this time they score 13 unanswered points so far in this second half. So they are definitely the comeback kids in the second half. Deep boot by Alex King. Going to be returned by O'Connell. O'Connell's going to take it straight up the middle. Brought down at about the 26-yard line. So St. James Academy will come out in their defensive set. Wildcats come out in the offensive set. They need themselves a touchdown, or at least some points, with 11:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 25-13. Louisburg currently trails against St. James Academy here in Bishop Miege. It's getting a little bit chilly, but the wind kind of still here at the Bishop Miege High School. And it's going to be Griffin and shotgun. Drop back. He's going to throw. Instead, it's going to be draw straight up the middle. He has room. Breaks off one and runs into Tommy Huppy. And it's getting a little chippy down there on the field. O'Connor is actually was getting pushed around by a couple of those St. James Academy players, but hopefully he stays clean after an 8-yard pickup by Garrett Griffin. Garrett Griffin had 130 yards total at the half rushing. He's doing a good job so far here in the second half as well. Team down by 12, though. He needs himself a touchdown. Griffin dropping back, looks to throw again. He has a man. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be out of the fingertips. He had a man wide open, and A.J. Hildreth. It's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 2. Less than a minute, with less than 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 25-13. St. James Academy with the lead. Wildcats need to get a first down here, or else they'll be putting themselves in a deeper hole. Griffin again in shotgun. Going to the right. Trying to get past the first down marker. It looks like he has it. We'll see where the referee places him. It looks like he has the first down. And he's going to get the first. So good job by Garrett Griffin. And it'll be a first down and 10 for the Wildcats of Louisburg. 10:44 here in the fourth quarter. 25-13. St. James Academy with the lead. Griffin in shotgun yet again. Griffin drops back. He has a man open. A little too high there for Cade Larson. Cade Larson not really that great of a jumper. Definitely a good receiving threat, though. He can catch the ball for a tight end of his size. But incomplete for Griffin. Goodwin's going to be on the sideline, and Goodwin's actually going to check right back in as soon as I said he was on the sideline. Goodwin's going to take over the helm, I think, here. Griffin has been in shotgun for the past couple plays. Let's see what Goodwin does here. Goodwin's going to be in shotgun this time. Griffin's going to be far to the left. Chapman to the left of Goodwin. Goodwin dropping back. Blitz come off the middle. He has Griffin deep. Griffin's going to incomplete. Griffin had it completely in his hands. And it's going to fall incomplete. Good job by Nate Goodwin. He put it exactly where it needed to be. Griffin needs to make those catches. That's the one thing about Griffin. He can run the ball, but maybe that's his only weakness is catching. He's done everything else in this ballgame. He can kick, he can run, he can tackle. The only thing he doesn't have going for him is the hands. 3rd and 10. Costly mistake there by the Wildcats. I formation, Goodwin under center. Goodwin's going to drop back. It's going to be a draw to Griffin. Griffin going to the right side, has room, gets the first and more. And finally tackled at the 46-yard line in St. James territory. 10-19 here in the fourth quarter. Down by 12 is Louisburg. 1st and 10. New set of downs for the Wildcats to play with here. Plenty of time on that clock, though. Just on they score and their defense gets a stop, they're in great shape. I formation again. Goodwin under center. Goodwin's going to fake the handoff. He's going to go straight up the gut. He has room up to the right side, and he gets a first down at the 35-yard line. Back-to-back first down plays here for the Wildcats. Move that chain. Now the referees say stop the clock here real quick. I'm pretty sure he got the first down easily. Yes, they're just resetting the change. With 9:52 here in the fourth quarter, Louisburg making a charge. The Wildcats trying to claw their way back into this one against the Thunder of St. James. Goodwin going to be under center yet again. Strong I formation to the left. Goodwin's going to give a sweep to Griffin. Griffin's going to make a seam. He has one, rolls off one, and close to the first down marker is Griffin. That might have been a gain of 9, just shy of the first down marker. 2nd and inches for the Wildcats of Louisburg. 9:15 and counting here in the fourth. 25-13 the score. St. James with the lead. Louisburg with the ball inside St. James territory at the 25-yard line. Goodwin under center in I formation. Goodwin trap up the middle to Chapman. Chapman looks like he has the first. Referees check the chains. Say move them. First down, Wildcats. Clock runs now. 8:55 here in the fourth. 25-13. St. James with the lead. Louisburg with the ball. Goodwin. I formation yet again. Griffin in the backfield. Toss to Griffin to the left. Good solid blocking. Griffin has room to the left. He's going to go past the first down marker and more. Trying to get to the end zone. Pushing his way to about the 2 to 3 yard line. But Griffin carrying himself a tackler right around his belly. The determination of this kid is incredible. 8:34 here in the fourth quarter. Ball on the 2 yard line. 1st and goal for the Wildcats trying to score in St. James territory. Goodwin's going to go under center. It's wishbone formation. They haven't used this in a long time. Last time it was used in the first quarter. Handoff. to Rupp. Rupp is going to find himself in, and touchdown for Louisburg. Luke Rupp from 2 yards out. We have ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 25-19 the score. 8:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Let's see if the PAT will be good. This will be huge if they can get it. Jason Dankiak is back there. And it's going to be blocked. No good. Good job by St. James Academy. 6-point lead for St. James. 25-19. 8:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. What a game so far here, ladies and gentlemen. Glad that we can bring it to you. 810varsity.com. Coverage of 25 Kansas City Metro teams. Definitely be sure to check us out every single week. We will have coverage every single night under the lights on Fridays. 8:15 here in the fourth quarter. 25-19. St. James still with the lead, and they will get the ball. If Louisburg stops them, they have a shot. Now, the key for St. James Academy was they missed that PAT on their last touchdown. And that means Louisburg, if they get a stop and a touchdown, they would have tied it. Now, they might not get the PAT. They've only made one so far tonight. So it should be very interesting so far. All 3 touchdowns for St. James Academy, by the way, were tosses by Jansen Keys, 2 36-yard throws and a 6-yard throw, all for touchdowns. For the Wildcats, though, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 by Luke Hupp and 1 by Gary Griffin. It's going to be a high kick. And it's going to be bobbled on the field, and it looks like the Wildcats might have an opportunity for it. We'll see. And it's going to be no. St. James Academy somehow recovers. That was a close one. St. James Academy almost gave the ball right back to Louisburg, and that would have been interesting itself. But St. James takes the ball over, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line, up by 6 with 8:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Matt Eckelman in their version of the Wildcat for St. James. Eckelman going to the right side, breaks up one, cuts back to the left. He has room. Good blocking on the edge. Eckelman to the 40, past the first. Eckelman inside Louisburg territory. Ball on the 40, let's make it about the 47-yard line. First down for Matt Eckelman in St. James Academy. 8 minutes even, 25-19. St. James with the lead and the ball. Louisburg needs a stop. St. James scores. Definitely will be a dagger to the heart of Louisburg. Keys with pistol formation. Keys handoff to Eisman. Eisman's going to try to just go into the line. He's going to be stopped. Probably about a loss of 1 for St. James Academy. Clock continues to run. It's going to be no gain on the play by Eisman. 2nd and 10. St. James with the ball and the lead. Crowd getting loud for Louisburg here at Bishop Miege High School. Keys and pistol. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Bade in the backfield. Keys drops back. Heavy pressure off the side. Keys has plenty of room to scramble. He's going to throw it though to Eisman. First down and more. 30-yard line. All the way down to the 21-yard line. But hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Penalty flag on the field. What will it be? Will it be a hold? Will it be a block in the back? Will it be a penalty against Louisburg? Who knows? We'll find out. Referee knows for sure. The sideline referee at Louisburg made the call. It's going to be a holding against Louisburg. That's an interesting call. Came a little bit late. I figured if there was going to be a holding call, he would have made that a lot sooner. But nonetheless, more yards added on for St. James Academy. So add on another penalty for Louisburg. There's one thing that would kill the Wildcats of Louisburg right now, penalties. And they definitely have those wide open opportunities down deep for Garrett Griffin, who had an opportunity to catch the ball. And they didn't capitalize. So drop passes and penalties, two killers for the Wildcats of Louisburg. 7:03, let's go in the fourth. 25-19, knocking on the door of St. James Academy, trying to finish this out. Eckelman and Wildcat going to the right. He's going to cut right back to the left. He has room. Breaks off one. He cuts back in and gets back to the line of scrimmage, if not a little bit more than that. Maybe a gain of one. We'll see. Kay Larson looks to be shaking up a little bit, cramping a little bit. It's going to be a gain of 4. What looked to be a gain of no yards turns to be a gain of 4 for St. James. So 2nd and 6. Ball inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. First down would be at the 2-yard line here for St. James. Keys and pistol. One wide receiver to his left and right. Keys hands it off to Eisman. Eisman going straight up the middle, and he is hit hard after a gain of 2. Tackle made by Evans of Louisburg. St. James with the ball. 5:45 to go in the fourth. 25-19 is the score. St. James with the lead against Louisburg. Louisburg needs a huge stop here. Keys and pistol yet again. 3rd and 5. High snap. Keys maintains it. Pitches it off to the left to, I believe, is Jake Bade. But hold on. Penalty flag on the field. Looks to be a hold. We'll see. Umpire threw the flag. Holding on St. James Academy. Chalk up a huge penalty for St. James here inside the red zone. Seems like whenever these teams get in the end zone or closer to the end zone, seems like more penalty flags comes out and hurts both teams. Both teams have really been struggling when it comes to penalty-wise goes. Louisburg, of course, they had a ton of holdings that went against them. And now St. James Academy, they're doing the same thing. They're shooting themselves in the foot with the lead, up by 6, 5:21 in the fourth against Louisburg. Eckelman and Wildcat. Watch out for a play fake here. Let's see. Eckelman receives a snap. He's going to drop back and pass. He has a man open in the corner. It is caught and touchdown. A throw by Matt Eckelman. 16-yard touchdown toss by Matt Eckelman. He has a receiving touchdown on the day, and now he has himself a passing touchdown as well. And looks to be a PAT try here maybe, or they're going to go for 2. We'll see what they do here. 5:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. 31-19 is the score. Now, I think they're going to go for 2 right here. And it's going to be a timeout by St. James. Nonetheless, the damage has been done. St. James capitalizes off of good field possession after a solid return on the kick game. Now they're inside the red zone, and they capitalize on a 16-yard touchdown throw by the senior wide receiver, Matt Eckelman. That Wildcat, you kind of can see that was going to come because normally teams will throw out that Wildcat with about third. It was about third and about 12 to 13. And you just kind of had the feeling that they were going to throw the ball. Eckelman is very good on the ground, don't get me wrong, but I think anyone would kind of see that it would have been a throw. But when you're in a Wildcat, it does throw some people off. But they had a man wide open in the area, and I believe that was Tommy Huppy back there. So he gets himself a second touchdown of the day. Another receiving catch by him. Keys in shotgun. Two wide receivers in tight to the right. Keys will get the snap. Drops back, rolling to his right, looking to convert on the two-point conversion, and he does to Matt Eckelman. So the score, 33-19, St. James with the lead. Offensive explosion here in the second half. Only had 10 points in the first half. They have 23 here in the second, and they have the lead 33-19. Rain starting to fall here, but the fans do not seem to care. A solid lead here for the Thunder of St. James. 5:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. Louisburg will get the ball. They'll have to strike quickly if they want to have a shot at this ball game. Alex King will be the kicker for St. James. I was hoping throughout the whole night that we wouldn't get rain here at Bishop Miege, but rain now coming down. So a bad opportunity and also bad timing for Louisburg. But Louisburg needs to throw the ball, and that ball is going to be a little bit wet. So not good timing for the Wildcats, but they're down 33-19 with 5:08 left to go in the fourth. Short kick. O'Connor now working his way up the right. Continues to churn. 32-yard line. Louisburg will take over here in the fourth quarter. 5:02 left to go. Down 33-19 against St. James. If St. James pulls out this victory, 3-0 would be a great start for the Thunder. You cannot imagine a better start for them. 1-2 is not the best way for Louisburg to start out their season, but they came up with a huge victory against Iowa, 40-8 last week. And they are certainly battling in this one. It's going to be Goodwin under center yet again. Griffin right behind him. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Goodwin. Goodwin under center. Blitz coming off the left side. It's going to be a pitch to Griffin. Griffin's actually going to drop back. He has a pass. He has a man deep. He's going to toss it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Two St. James defenders were right there to break it up. Not being fooled on that one. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 32-yard line in Louisburg territory. 4:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 33-19 the score. Jake Whitman was providing the pressure there against Griffin. Griffin had to throw that thing up as fast as he could. Almost took a sack, but got it off just in time. Trips left now for Louisburg. Nate Goodwin under center. Griffin right behind him. Toss to Griffin. Griffin's going to go to the left. He's not throwing it this time, and he gets good blocking. Pass the first down, out of bounds. Clock stops. Tom Huppy pushing him out of bounds for St. James Academy. 4:49 left to go in the fourth. 33-19 the score. St. James with the lead. Louisburg trying to get back into it. Solid 14-point lead, so it's going to be tough for Louisburg too because they have to make both their PATs. If they do somehow come back in this ball game. Empty backfield now. Under center for Goodwin. Two wide receivers to left and right. It's going to be a quick pass. Good block by Griffin. That looks to be O'Connor. Gains about 7 or 8. Clock's going to run some more. 4:30 here in the fourth quarter. 33-19 the score. Here comes Louisburg. Up to the line as fast as they can. Goodwin, empty backfield this time, and shotgun. Two wide receivers to his right and left. Griffin on the far left. Drops back, looking deep. Goodwin, short pass, and the wide receiver looks to be A.J. Hildreth. Slipped and fell on the field. It's getting slick down there, ladies and gentlemen. Bad timing for Louisburg. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats of Louisburg. Rain's actually coming through this press box as I currently speak, but that's not going to stop us from covering this game. Goodwin's going to throw a quick pass coming way over the head of O'Connor. So Louisburg, they need to get the first down here. If they don't, this is definitely the ball game. 33-19, 4:07 left to go in the fourth quarter. St. James Academy with the lead. One more stop for St. James. Let's see if they can do it. If they do, they have themselves a good start on a great season. Fans getting loud. Goodwin under center, trips left. Griffin behind him. Sweep to Griffin. Griffin going to the left, has some blocking. Griffin, he's going to stretch out for the first down. I don't think he got it. Referee stop. Looks like he marks him short. We'll see. He's got to be well short. It's going to be first down, St. James Academy. They look to have the game under their belt. 4:01 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 33-19 is the score. St. James, all they need to do is just run out the clock, and they got themselves a W against a very tough opponent in Louisburg. Garrett Griffin is very sensational. But I tell you what, Jansen Keys, 3 touchdown passes of the day. I'd say he's done some work himself. Keys and pistol, drops back. It's going to be quarterback draw. He's going to the left, has room now. Good blocking downfield. Spins and going straight up the middle for a gain of 15. Wow. Incredible play by Jansen Keys. He has himself some quick feet. Spun a defender. Gets himself a first down. Keys, a sensational runner as well. Majority of the game last week against Eudora was Jansen Keys running the ball, and Mitch Kotis as well was running the ball a ton for Eudora, and they were just going back and forth. And Keys, he's a very, very solid runner out there for St. James Academy. Of course, he's just a junior, so he has himself another year left, which is probably a good thing for head coach Tom Radke. Keys in pistol, 2 wide receivers to the left. Drops back, another draw play going to the left. Keys, let's see what he can do. Gets about the 30. Then it gets tackled by the other quarterback, and Nate Goodwin. Nate Goodwin came over and jumped on him right away. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 6 for St. James. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 33-19. St. James Academy with the lead. They're just going to take their time on this possession. Keys in pistol. 2 wide receivers to his left. Drops back. Quick handoff. That's Bade. Bade goes for about 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for St. James Academy. That clock continues to run. Louisburg is not going to take a timeout. They're just going to let that clock continue to run. Another first down for St. James Academy would be the icing of the cake for the Thunder. Keys in pistol. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to his right. It's going to be a fake handoff. Keys going to the left, sees a man. And he gets the first down. Ball is going to be placed at the 20-yard line. First down for St. James Academy. Solid victory here for the Thunder. Very impressive. Jensen Keys, 3 touchdowns through the air. Tommy Huppy with 2 receptions for touchdowns. Matt Eckelman, a touchdown and a reception, and a passing touchdown for a wide receiver. Keys hands it off to Bade. Bade's going to go for about a gain of 1. 1:30 left to go in the fourth quarter, 33-19. St. James with the lead comfortably. And then the safety by St. James Academy. They really did a good job as well. But don't get me wrong, Louisburg, they did a great job themselves. Garrett Griffin is really a sensational running back. 6'4", 210. A rarity in his height, because 6'4" running backs, you don't see those very often. Back to St. James Academy. Keys dropping back, and he's going to be sacked behind the line. First sack of the ball game, I believe. Less than a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. 33-19. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 11 here for St. James Academy. They still have to run about 1 more play, if I'm correct. Last play of the ball game here. It looks to be just the knee. So mark up a 33-19 victory here for the Thunder of St. James. And Keys is going to take the snap. And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The clock is going to run out. The rain started to come down even harder. But the game is over. St. James Academy pulls out a huge victory, 33-19. They get the W. Very solid play by Jansen Keys. 3 touchdowns through the air. 2 36-yard touchdowns and a 6-yard touchdown. Tommy Huppy had 1 of those. Then he had another one, a 16-yard touchdown catch from Matt Eckelman, the wide receiver, who threw a touchdown and was a receiver of a 36-yard touchdown score. And Andrew Kelly, a tight end, got himself a 6-yard touchdown as well. And St. James Academy ended up giving themselves a safety. As for Louisburg, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Luke Hupp, which is a very solid job by him. Garrett Griffin, though, 1 touchdown for him, which is kind of surprising, but Garrett Griffin, very sensational player. I'm really impressed by Jansen Keys, Matt Eckelman of St. James Academy, and Garrett Griffin. Good job by Louisburg, but even better effort by St. James Academy. That's going to do it for us here at Bishop Miege High School. St. James Academy picks up the W 33-19 against Louisburg. They move to 3-0 on the season. Louisburg goes to 1-2. Thank you for joining us. For Stacy Smith, I am Pat Strothman. Thank you for listening here on 810varsity.com.